Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing good. In today's video, we're going to be answering the question, and that is, when does dog training stop? When does it end? When does it finish? When do you wake up and you've just got the perfect dog? I'll save you from watching a very long video and answer this question very direct. There's no such thing as a perfect dog, and training never ends. With the assumption that you want a really high level dog that serves you well, that you own and they don't own you, then again, training never ends. As you probably already know, when you take your dog out, you're exposing them to so many different scenarios, situations, potential dangers, like off-lead dogs, runners, roads that are nearby, children. You might be going to a friend's house and you want to know that you have a dog that will just sit down or lay down and behave themselves while you chat amongst yourselves in the kitchen, and they're not jumping on the sides or barking or whinging or peeing up their favourite piece of furniture. The list of these things go on and on and on, and they're just always things that you need to bear in mind. But each and every single time you're presented with one of these situations, it's always a perfect time to start teaching or training your dog a good behaviour. Obviously, you're not going to be entering your friend's house maybe every single week, so on that rare occasion, it's a really nice opportunity to just spend 20 minutes, half an hour with your dog, sit them down, keep them calm, and do some training exercise while you're in that situation. If you're a dog owner watching this video and you've had a dog for a few years now, and you know inside that you kind of gave up training your dog because they got to a level that you were quite happy with, you might start to notice that the dog will start to reverse back to demonstrating some bad behavior. And that's because with a dog, we are their leader, and they really thrive off of having somebody telling them what it is that they need to do. It's highly stimulating for them, and again, they need a leader, they need somebody to be in charge. So if you've given up on them from a training perspective, then they're going to start to look for other things to do, and they're going to start making up their own minds, which is something you really don't want them to do. A good example of this is if your recall training is really good in the first couple of years, and then you back off of the training. You might go to a busy woodland where there's squirrels and maybe even foxes, and because you haven't trained that recall in a while and their dog is just kind of average, because they've lost trust in you as their leader, they will decide to chase and kind of just forget about you. It's really important to stay consistent with your dog's training. If they're 10 out of 10 with a sit, you can start introducing a sit and a wait just to make that training protocol more intense and even a little bit more impressive. And it's also fun and exciting for the dog, because when they get the behavior down, they get a treat. So you can take your 10 out of 10 sit to a 10 out of 10 sit and wait, which is exciting for everyone all the way around. When I first got Freddie, I was super particular about training him because I wanted him to be a top tier dog. A friend of mine at the time, John, he had a Belgian Malinois and he was trained to a very high level, and I was super jealous, and I wanted Freddie to be just like the Belgian Malinois. But as the years went on, I realized that Freddie, he just wasn't a Belgian Malinois. As much as he likes to think that he certainly isn't. And he doesn't have that level of energy. He doesn't have the interest to impress me and do fun sorts of tricks. So I got Freddie to a level where I was happy with. I got to a point where I knew Freddie well enough to see within him whether or not he was going to chase a bird or a squirrel or run across the road. So I got him to a level where I'm really comfortable walking him on and off lead. I'm comfortable with him in busy situations and situations where sometimes he even goes out of sight. But that's not to say that every single time I go out with Freddie on a walk, I'm not looking for opportunities to train him just to keep his brain alert near roads when he's on a lead, mostly in dangerous situations. At this stage of Freddie's life, he's 5.5 years old now, I'm mostly interested in keeping him safe, and that's near busy roads. And if we're on lead and we have an off-lead dog approaching us, I just want to know that he feels safe, he trusts me, and I want to know that he's safe when he's off lead, and to know that he's not going to make any silly decisions. And if he is going to make a silly decision, you best believe I want him to come back to me. So it's always worth continuing these training protocols just to keep them sharp. So just remember, every single walk is a training opportunity. But even if you're not going out for a walk, You can do training protocols at home where you can ask them to sit and wait and lay down, and maybe you're a stricter household and you don't want the dog on a sofa. All of these little things can be used as a little training class. But if you who's watching now has anything to add to the comment box below, please feel free, and I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.